Hey bookish friends, my name's Rain. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm gonna be letting my husband choose my monthly TBR for March. The way we're gonna do it is I made a list of a bunch of books that I wanna read. I am gonna sit down with my husband, and based only on my descriptions of the books, which I don't know these books very well, he is going to choose what I am going to read for the month. I'm going to read to you what I think the descriptions of these books are.
Okay.
And it might not be anywhere close to what the book is actually about, but based on my descriptions, you're gonna choose for me my TBR.
Okay.
For March.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
You can pick like 5 or 6 books. It doesn't matter the genre. So like I have them broken up into genres. Like if you want me to read like 4 thrillers, you could pick it, but like you could do whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, so the first one on my list is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Okay.
And I think that that book is about a movie star named Evelyn Hugo, and she wants someone to write a biography about her, so she seeks out like this journalist who I think isn't famous to write it for her, and it's about her husbands and her life.
Okay.
That's what I think that one's about. Is that a good description?
Yes, actually.
Yay!
Yeah. Since I have read it. It's pretty accurate.
Yes. Okay, the next one that I want to read is called Yellowface.
Okay.
The book is about an Asian American woman that writes like a really wonderful book and talks about her experience as an Asian American woman.
Okay.
She dies,
oh.
And the story starts, I think, with like her friend who is not a person of color, who takes like the manuscript and publishes it as their own. And I think at the end it turns a little like twisty thriller.
Okay.
But there's a lot of conversation about like cultural appropriation and that kind of thing. Or like theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds apt.
Yeah, it is. But it's really good. Like it won a Goodreads Choice Award for like whatever category it was in. Possum. Okay, the next one on my list is called Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine.
Okay.
This one I really don't know what it's about. This one is really popular because I think it's inspiring. Like, it is about a girl named Eleanor and she's depressed, maybe? And then she goes through a lot of hard things, and at the end it's very inspiring.
This sounds like a 9th grade book report that you're giving when you clearly didn't read the book. It's about this person named Eleanor Oliphant, and I love it.
That's about what I know about it. That's what my book reports did sound like when I was younger, before I got good at writing and could pull off the fact that I didn't read the book. We have more dogs happening.
I know. Cutie.
This is Stella, and this ham
Monster.
is Luna. The next one is the first book in that big fantasy series that's really popular. So it's called A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Okay.
I think it's about a girl that doesn't live in like a mystical, magical world, and then something happens and it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling.
Okay.
And then she gets taken away to this land of like fairies and stuff.
Ooh, I like fairies.
So that's what I think it's about. I don't know. Okay, so the next one is either going to be Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban or Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Depending on whether I read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban in my 24-hour readathon, will determine whether I'm going to read that in March or whether I'm going to read Goblet of Fire, but Harry Potter is an option. We all know what that's about.
No, what is it about?
Okay, which one?
Neither.
Okay. Oh no. How do I describe it? Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is about about the Dementors and about the prisoner that escaped Azkaban. You describe it.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is about a boy wizard who is in his 3rd year of schooling. He has already learned that he is being hunted by Lord Voldemort, and in the Prisoner of Azkaban he finds out that an escaped prisoner had been muttering in his sleep, "He's at Hogwarts, he's at Hogwarts." So now Harry is learning how to deal with more schoolwork, someone coming after him, and how to repel Dementors that affect him greatly.
That is a lot better than the description that I gave.
I've read the book a few times.
And the Time Turner.
Oh,
so it's also about that.
Spoilers.
Okay, so that one or Goblet of Fire is an option.
Okay.
Now we're moving on into the thriller category.
Ooh, my favorite.
I do have one that I really hope you pick. This one, hint hint, is a really good book by my favorite thriller author who wrote The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret. Some people say this one is better than those. This book is about a family that moves into a new home, and they get like, there's like a snowstorm or something, like they're stuck in the house, or they're viewing the house and they get stuck in the house. I don't know. This family gets stuck in this house, and this woman goes upstairs to one of the rooms and discovers like all of these tapes and starts listening to these tapes, and discovers that like the woman that lived in the house before her was a therapist and recorded all of her sessions.
Ooh.
And as she keeps listening to the tapes like in chronological order, it gets like more and more twisted, and then she starts to question if like she's in danger of being in the house.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that does sound good.
Doesn't that sound good? That one is called Never Lie.
Never Lie.
The next one is called The Silent Patient, also a thriller. This one is about a woman who murdered her husband. As soon as she did, she stopped talking. Like she went totally silent and never spoke another word ever again.
Interesting.
So like no one knows why she did it, or like they might know how it happened. I don't know. But like there's so many questions that people don't have answers to because she never spoke ever again. This psychiatrist dedicates his entire life to working with exclusively this woman to try and figure out the mystery of like why she did it.
Okay.
Doesn't that sound good too?
That does sound interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's The Silent Patient. And then there's And Then There Were None.
Classic.
Which you know about and I don't. I don't know what it's about. I know it's an Agatha Christie book. And I think it's like the quintessential people get stuck in a house and then like people start dying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I think it's about.
Yeah, so we can thank so many other mystery books for Agatha Christie and specifically this book.
Yeah, that's been on my list and I am excited to read that one at some point. And maybe this month, who knows. So the next one is a classic. I want to read at least one classic this year. And this is the one that's been on my list, and that is Picture of Dorian Gray. I was supposed to read this in school and I didn't. I read the Spark Notes. There's a painting of Dorian Gray, and I think he doesn't age. Like, he wants to remain, like, beautiful, but the painting ages. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. That's all I know. That's what I think it's about.
Good memory of your Spark Notes.
Oh, also, in one of my past videos, I mentioned that I wanted to read Picture of Dorian Gray, and someone commented that in the original version, that there's some gay spice in it.
I mean, it's written by Oscar Wilde, so that makes sense.
Okay, great.
He did Hard Time for having the gay sex in England.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The more you know. If I read it, I'll definitely be reading that version.
Yeah.
The gay spicy version.
The gay spicy version.
Yeah.
You should always read the gay spicy version when available.
I agree. There's 3 nonfictions. One of them is called Drama Free, A Guide to Managing Unhealthy Family Relationships. That I think is going to be interesting. Something I could learn from. The next one is called Reclaiming Body Trust. I don't know what it's about. I don't know anything other than the title.
Okay.
And then the next one is The Woman in Me Britney Spears' memoir.
Okay, yeah.
She obviously tells her story, and I know that there's some tea about Justin Timberlake in it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, she
that's
up his
option.
bag.
We love that, honestly.
Yes, we do.
I'll never get over the Super Bowl situation. How, like,
Ever.
it was her fault.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And not like he was the one that ripped it off.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
He's getting his, so.
Yeah.
He's getting his now.
I love that. So then there's Inferno, a memoir of motherhood and madness. And that's about a woman that experiences postpartum psychosis.
Mm-hmm.
She is in the psych ward, and I think dealing with the fact that, like, she's a mother and how, like, terrifying that is for her, and how she, like, feels like she's losing her mind.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because of it all. Yeah. That's what that's about.
Yeah.
The next one is An Immense World by Ed Yong, and this one is about nature. It's like a nature documentary in book form.
Mm.
That's what it is. It's specifically about how animals experience the world through their senses.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I know. And then there's Verity by Colleen Hoover. So this one, you know that I did start on the plane.
Yes.
And I put it down because I didn't like the writing. But I want to see if I can give it another shot, and if me giving it more than like 2 chapters will mean it's any better, or if it's just gonna get worse.
What? Hate read it.
I can hate read it. She's a really popular author, which is why I just want to, like, see if I can get through one.
Yeah.
You know? This book is about a mother named Verity who, I don't know what happens in the book, but I know there's some big reveal at the end to where there's, like, a bunch of letters that she wrote or something about some, like, really messed up stuff with, like, her and the kids.
Mm. Okay.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah. So those are the books. I will let you look at the list. And
how many am I supposed to pick? Like one from each category?
You don't have to pick from categories at all.
Okay.
So you can pick, let's say, like 5.
5 books. Okay.
Yeah. And they can be ones that you've read, ones that you haven't.
I definitely say The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I think you would really like it. It's pretty lighthearted. It's a good read. Okay. It, like, keeps you engaged, but it isn't, like, high stakes like a thriller. Okay. But your interest will be piqued.
That sounds good. I've been wanting to read that one, so I'm stoked about that.
I would also say Never Lie.
Yes.
Because that one sounds really good, and I want to know what it's like because I might read it.
Yeah, I was really hoping you would pick that one.
Also, Yellow Face sounds really good. Okay. I think that one sounds really interesting. Yeah. I would say An Immense World. Okay. Because I love nature.
The nature one. Yeah.
And for the last one, there's a lot of good ones on here.
I know.
So you might have to recycle some of these for your next.
I will.
Cover. I would say And Then There Were None, since you're really starting to get into mystery books and thrillers. Okay. Like, that's the OG. You love the movie Clue and Knives Out. Yeah. And, like, those really harken to this book. So yeah. I think it's a little old school writing, but it's a good book. Okay. That sounds good. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Yellow Face, Never Lie, And Then There Were None, and An Immense World. Yes. Yay! Okay, I think that sounds good. I think that's going to be a really good month. This is my TBR, but I'm not going to be, like, so strict. Like, if there's something, I'm a mood reader, so if there's something I, like, really want to read that's not on this list during the month, you're just going to read it. I'm going to read it anyways. That's how I am too. But I am going to prioritize these books. Sounds good. Yay, thanks, darling. You're welcome. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Have fun with your reading. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched all the way to the end, feel free to leave this emoji in the comments so I know you made it this far. And I will see you next week for another video. Bye.